What is up, you fucks? We are back with another Thirsty Thursdays gaming stream with me, Lord Botha, and today we have a very special presentation. Today we are playing fresh, hot off the GameStop shelves, or at least it would have been if this was like 2009. But instead, no, it's coming to us via Xbox's digital store. But it is Crimson Desert. We are going to be playing Crimson Desert tonight. I've played some of it already. I've played the tutorial. That's about it. That's all I really had time to play. And I don't know. It's a mixed bag so far. I have to get deeper into it. It also kind of looked like shit when I was playing it because I was playing it on my actual Xbox, in my living room, and I was not playing it actually installed on my device. I was playing it via cloud gaming, which is dog shit. Absolute dog shit. Do not play that way if you have the opportunity to play any other way. Cloud gaming is terrible. But I played Crimson Desert through it, and I'm interested to see what the visual difference is between an actual install and that. But we're gonna have to wait. I'm gonna have to do some yapping unexpectedly because it's doing the thing that I hate. They did the thing where they're like, hey, pre-order and pre-install this game. And then I pre-order it and install it, right? It should be, should be done, right? And then when I go to click play game, I get a little message saying, hey, we're preparing your game. We're unpacking your game. Why did I pre-install to still have to install? What? What are we doing? I don't understand. I just don't understand. Why do they do these things, man? It's like you could just. Why can't you just all install at once? Like, I don't. Anyway. So we're going to have to wait on that. We're at 30 gigabytes of 126 gigabytes. The good news is that 30 gigabytes has literally been downloading since I started the stream till now, which has been about 10 minutes. So, what? That's 30. Hopefully, we're not sitting here all fucking night waiting on this shit. Because I don't want to be doing that. I'm going to be a little pissed if that happens. Because I pre-installed this shit so that it could happen, and it's not happening. But it doesn't matter, because I'm here for the long haul. I'm here until at least midnight tonight. And it's 9/11. 9/11. It's 9/11 right now. So, we'll see. Oh my gosh. All right. So what the fuck am I going to yap about? Because, I don't know. The big thing in gaming this week has been DLSS 5. And I feel like we've talked about DLSS 5. We do have this one thing that I made a video over. I debated on whether or not I really wanted to put the video out. Because, like, I don't know. I don't know. Here. It's rumor bullshit. And I don't like doing rumor bullshit. But, full screen that. All right. So, all right, we'll take a look at this. So, this guy here, Ventilator, says the latest rumors. Sony will sell their PC games on their own store. Some think Wolverine may release day one on PC, but will require a Sony launcher and PSN account. This way, they can avoid games on Helix. A PSN launcher has been rumored for years. Where does he get that information? Well, he says, I did a 1+1 from various rumors. Some leaker, whoever, said Sony was working on PSN launcher for PC earlier. It could be real since then you can't install PSN launcher on Xbox and Steambox without permission from Sony. Will probably work on Windows desktop only, which seems weird because Windows is also a Microsoft product, but okay. Yeah, I this feels like this guy just making a bunch of conjecture and just being like, source, I made it up. But he got a lot of 362,000 views. And like, it went fairly viral, especially for an account. It's not a blue check, right? And some of the PlayStation bros were flipping out about it a little bit. But there is some credence to what he was saying, because it seems here that he was this is from Pirate Nation. PlayStation is eliminating their PlayStation Network and PSN branding by September 2026. It will unify its digital services, including expanded integration, while keeping core features like multiplayer and trophy intact. So, if they're eliminating PlayStation Network and PSN as a brand, I assume they're changing it to something else. But they're keeping expansion into PC. My guess is that they are going that route. And if they do go that route, if you see any delay in the PS6, expect it to be to make PlayStation more of a branded gaming PC. Yeah, I would expect that maybe PlayStation tries to squeeze one more generation of console out of the console fanboys and then moves to gaming PC. But at that point, they're kind of behind the eight ball in terms of putting out a gaming PC, right? Because Xbox and Steam are already going to have a gaming PC out. With the Helix and the Steam machine. And then, Nintendo has kind of made a name for themselves as the name in handheld gaming. You might like the ROG Ally better, you might like the Steam Deck better. It doesn't matter. Like, Nintendo is the name you think of when you think of I'm hearing beeps. I don't know what that's about. But they are what you think of when you think of handheld gaming. Hold on here. I'm going to put it on the BRB screen and figure out what these beeps are. All right, the beeps have stopped. I don't know what the fuck that was about. But if you're just joining us here, we're on a bit of a delay because apparently pre-install does not mean fucking pre-install. It means you have to pre-install to pre-install. And then when you click play, well, then we're going to actually install your game. So I don't know why the fuck that happened. I'm about to DSP level Spurg over this shit. But we're at 55 gigabytes downloaded of 126. So, and that's in 15 minutes we've done that. So hopefully in the next 15 minutes. But we are here. We are here for the long haul. Because I plan on playing till late tonight. So, what else the fuck do we have to talk about? There is this post. Let's make fun of a PlayStation fanboy. This guy, James Act. I don't know this guy. He's a PlayStation fanboy. That's about as much as I know of him. He just posted this. The Spider-Man trailer obviously came out. I would do a react to the Spider-Man trailer actually right now if I didn't think it was going to get me fucking nailed to the fucking cross by Marvel, because apparently they've been striking channels, or not striking, but claiming channels and getting them taken down, getting their streams taken down for reacting to the Spider-Man trailer. I don't fucking know why. They've got the most views on it than like ever. And that's what this says here. Spider-Man brand new day trailer crosses 500 million, beats GTA 6 record. And this guy James actually just says GG Xbox. What the fuck does this have to do with Xbox? He's quote tweeting him. First of all, if you quote tweet yourself and it's not like absolute vindication on something you predicted, or like laughing at a prediction that came true, like you're gay. Like that's a gay thing to do. Like that's a really shitty dumb thing to do. Like this dude, he posts a masterclass in IP and brand association. Spider-Man brand new day official trailer on the PlayStation like account. Like what? What are we doing, dude? Like, just because they put the Spider-Man first off, I don't even know if that's real. Second off, if it is real, like, who the fuck cares? Why are you on about this? Like, it's just, this dude is posting engagement rage bait, and he doesn't even have a blue check mark. He's just doing it for the pure love of retardation, I guess. I don't know. Imagine being this level of fanboy for your console, for your plastic box in 2026. This ain't it, Chief. This is wild. Anyway. What else we... Oh, yeah. So apparently... Let's talk about this. Apparently, the Buffy reboot got canceled, right? Killed, kiboshed, gone. It's apparently the script was so bad even Kotaku didn't like it. Like even leftist, feminist, like journalist outlets were like, this is too much. But Sarah Michelle Gellar, and this is the reason why, has asked fans not to read a leaked version of the Buffy the Vampire reboot script and emphasized that the project was still a work in progress at the time of its dramatic cancellation. She says that because they had like characters in there talking about fucking like microaggressions and talking about like patriarchy and shit, like openly talking about patriarchy. Not like, oh, it's subtle like messaging agenda bullshit. No, like just had characters openly talking about it. Like just, and they had like one character who was like literally an SJW type, like actual SJW. meant to be in the show, like unironically too. Like it wasn't a bit that was meant to be funny on the show. If it was Joss Whedon, it would be a bit to be funny on the show. But Joss Whedon's not involved in this, just like he isn't going to be involved in the Firefly show. So I don't really have a lot of hope for the Firefly animated show. Also don't have a lot of hope for the animated Firefly show because it's from the guys who did like fucking BoJack Horseman and Bob's Burgers animation. That doesn't exactly scream Firefly to me, okay? But yeah, she's asking not for you not to read that. They're also taking shots at Chloe Zhao. If you don't remember who Chloe Zhao was an Academy Award winning director. She was given her award for, I don't remember, that like movie where the lady lived in the caravan and was like shitting into a bucket. I don't fucking remember the title. But they then, because she won an Academy Award, they picked her at Marvel to do the Eternals movie. And she did the Eternals movie, and the Eternals is one of the worst failures in Marvel's history. Like, the worst. I think potentially the worst performing film for Marvel ever. And she directed it. I will say stylistically, it is very different from every other Marvel film. And I don't even think that was bad. It's just, it was a bunch of characters nobody had heard of or cared about. And they weren't made to be endearing and normalize like the Guardians of the Galaxy were. They were meant to be like gods. And there was a lot of stuff shoved into that movie that just was never explained. And should have stood out. Like, you know, in history or Marvel lore through this entire, you know, timeline. But it wasn't explained. So you had a lot of questions left over. And it did so bad and would perform so bad that they never wanted to work with her again. Eternals has been permanently shelved, gone, essentially wiped from like Marvel's memory and the MCU completely. None of the characters ever returning. And now Chloe Zhao, she was brought in to do Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Right? But Variety reports this. Sources say Chloe Zhao ultimately proved a mismatch for the Buffy reboot, with the pilot reportedly undershot and lacking coverage requiring reshoots. Her filmmaking style, while acclaimed, didn't translate to a dialogue-heavy TV plot, and the new cast performances were said to be under-directed, making it difficult for the characters to land. Yeah, I will say, from what I've seen of Chloe Zhao, she reminds me a lot of like Denis Villeneuve, right? Where Denis Villeneuve is outspokenly like against dialogue. He hates dialogue in movies. I don't know why. But he just likes big, expansive fucking shots. And Chloe Zhao reminds me a lot of his kind of style. She doesn't seem to be a very dialogue-heavy filmmaker. And especially quippy, snappy dialogue that you get in something like Buffy the Vampire Slayer. That references pop culture all the time and all that. Yeah, she doesn't strike me as that kind of person, that kind of director. So, yeah, mismatch is probably putting it lightly. All of this just, it seemed like it spelled disaster, and it is going to be disaster. Or was going to be disaster because the show is canceled now. And again, without Joss Whedon in it, it was never going to work. This is another example, too, of Sarah Michelle Gellar, of an actor thinking that they can be creative, thinking that they can create in the same way the person that created the show that they starred in was creative and talented. You're just not. And that's okay, by the way. But you're just not. And Joss Whedon not being involved in the Firefly reboot either doesn't give me a lot of hope for it. Anyway, let's check on this. 91 gigabytes. We're at 91 of 126. Where are we at? 26 minutes. All right. Shit, dude. Oh, here's a little funny thing. The metaverse is dead. Y'all remember the weird commercials like fucking Zuckerberg was making a long time back about the metaverse? We're going to have the metaverse or whatever. And all, virtual meetups and shit. He's investing heavily in virtual reality, and virtual reality was going to be the new big thing, right? Yeah, that's all gone. All dead. Wasted idea. Because Polymarket reports here, Justin, Meta announces they'll be shutting down the metaverse after pouring $80 billion. $80 billion into the project. How do you pour $80 billion into a project? How do you do that? Like, what? Hold on. I gotta look this up because if I remember correctly, let's see here. Guys, Elon Musk paid $44 billion for X, for Twitter. And Zuckerberg and Meta poured $80 billion into the metaverse. So almost double. The metaverse spent almost double the amount of money invested in it than Elon spent buying Twitter. How do you do that? How do you waste that much money? I feel like at $30 billion, you should know. Right? $40 billion, you should know. Hey, this might not be working out. $80 billion? And this is one of those ideas that, like, let's be really brutally honest here. This is one of those ideas that 5 minutes into watching or 5 minutes into looking at, it's not going to work. There's some things you can look at and you just know immediately it's not going to work. High Guard, Concord, the metaverse. Half the quarterbacks in the NFL. You see immediately and just like, that's not going to work. I don't know how you can do this. Let's see here. Let's take a look. So before we play Crimson Desert, I'm gonna go ahead and take a flyer on these reviews here. So apparently Crimson Desert had their reviews came in, right? And the reviews were low, is what they were trying to say. It was like somewhere between like a 77, 79 on Metacritic, fluctuating between. And that's not great for a game, especially a game that was expected to be as big as it is and deliver on so much that it promised. And a lot of people seem to think that this is going to be the case of critics are going to hate it, but actual people who play actual video games are going to love it. And what I think, just from the little tutorial that I've played of it, is that this is going to be, if you're into that style of game, you're going to really like it. If you're not going to like it at all. I do think that, and this is kind of what, so this account here, I don't know, I know she's like a YouTuber or whatever. I don't know her actual like name. Nuri, God, Empress of Mankind is what she fucking calls herself on Twitter. But she states that the jury is out on Crimson Desert. Turns out I was right. I know. You guys hate when that happens. The consensus so far: exploration is the main draw. The game tries to do way too much. Feels like a single-player MMO. Story is trash. Mechanics are convoluted. Takes 8+ hours to even hook you. So yeah, this is a very specific niche game. I don't know if I would call it niche, but the kind some people will absolutely love, most people will play, think, yeah, that was all right, and never touch again. That's fine. Not every game needs to be perfect and to be enjoyable, and not everyone has to like the same things you do. I mean, yes, but also for the game to be financially successful, a certain number of people have to like it to buy it. That said, I think enough people are going to be interested enough in this to buy it. Whether or not a sequel would do as well or any following DLC, that is the question mark. I will say, from what I've played, I haven't run into the MMO side of it that much yet. It still feels fairly single player. It does remind me, and I have seen the meme going around, it does remind me in terms of feel and aesthetic of a lot like Assassin's Creed Valhalla. It feels like Assassin's Creed Valhalla, but brighter in terms of the color palette. The mechanics are convoluted. From what I've played of it so far, a little bit, I'm not liking how the mechanics are set up. Story is trash. I haven't experienced enough of the story to tell you whether or not it is or not. So, yeah. Tries to do way too much. I mean, it almost looks like it does. I don't know yet. Exploration is the main draw. The world does seem really big and expansive. I will say that. Yeah. 8 hours to hook you? I don't know. We'll see. But I like what I've had of it so far. It's just the mechanic. Here's the thing. Mechanics are, at this point in my gaming career, my gaming life, mechanics are the one thing that will make or break a game. Like if I can't function in your game, if I can't manage the buttons and the combinations of buttons, and there's something way too wildly different, I'm going to struggle to want to pick it up again. The story has to be really, really good and enriched for me to want to pick it up again. Now, there are some things. I don't play JRPGs. I didn't like turn-based games mostly. Expedition 33 was more like a JRPG and turn-based. The story was enough to draw me in to where I learned to like that. I learned to accept that and learn how to function in it. Same way I can learn these mechanics if the story really grips me. If it doesn't, I'm not so sure. Because the way that they have certain button combos do certain things isn't the greatest. It's not the smoothest. So it kind of chops things up and all right. Okay. Well, it looks like the game is launching now. Finally. So when it fully boots up here, we'll take a look at it. All right. Waiting. Hope you guys are liking the stream. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Always appreciate it. Always appreciate the support here, support on the VOD, support in the videos, shorts, all that. It is always appreciated in any way whatsoever. Syncing my data. I don't really care about syncing my data. I played literally like a half hour, maybe. You don't? Okay. I'm probably going to have to jerk off my fucking controller to make sure that it works again. All right. Come on. We should be done soon. You're 100%. I'm just going to play. Try again. Wake up. Wake up, samurai. We have a desert to crimson. Are we doing it? Hello? Let's try again. Yes, I understand that. Okay. I don't know why this is happening. So we're just going to close. We're going to close that. We're going to reopen this. Come on. All right. Will you please play now? Syncing 100%. Okay, cool. Can we play the game now? Please play the game. What is going on? All right. Let's try this one more time. You know what? Let's not try. Let's not try to open it through the store. Let's just try to open it. Okay. Here, we'll close this out. Come on. Why is that? Say, fucking hell. All right, let's do this. Let's find. Let's do task manager. Okay, go OBS. SL browser. What the fuck is that? Okay. What the fuck? Why does it keep... What the fuck is going on here? Okay, so I don't know why it's not launching now. So, hold on. Let's see here. Let's see here. I am going to go on the BRB and see what I can do.